number 20 in this. If you remember everything else, it's very good. Why? Because here itself you give the solutions to the customers. If customers say these are the real-time requirements of customers, the release strategy, and sometimes they place order over phone and we want the PO number for reference. So these are the nothing but real-time scenarios, but these are simple scenarios. You can find very complicated scenarios also. So we completed sales document types here. Okay, so shall we go ahead with the item category controls? It's 9:45. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, we'll take a break and come back to, yeah, bye. Call. Okay, yeah, so we'll start discussing on item categories. Okay. So item category, same wise a sales document, item category also has some structure. We have discussed earlier, right? Like say header, item, and schedule line. This is VOV7. Don't remember these T codes for your real time, and don't even mention them in the interview. If you mention T codes in interview, you are considered as a fresher. Okay, and the table for item is VBAP. Okay, and which all controls the item data is, one is material master, and second one is CMIR, that is customer material info record, and third one is condition master, that is pricing, because depending upon the material the prices change. Okay, this is pricing. And for some part of control data and configuration data which comes from the item category controls. Config and control data. Yes. Like say configuration in the sense what we do within the document. These are the configurations. Instead of D, I can maintain B here. Control in the sense, if I change the document type, everything changes. Okay, so there is document types. VOV7. The standard item category is TAN, and the item data is always applicable only to that particular line item. Like as per header, it is applicable to the total document, but item is applicable only to that particular line item which we are creating in the sales order. See here, only for this, like 10, 20. Okay, this data configuration data. Why? Because see, this can be, I'm creating in a TAN, item category TAN. This item is a third party item which I entered. That means item category is TAS, right? So this configurations and controls is applicable only to that particular line item. Okay, and even you will face in third party actually one important question I'd like to mention here, that is, see there is a third party material in the company. If the quantity is available, I need to process it standard. If the quantity is not available, I need to manually convert it into the TAS. That is nothing but third party item, and automatically should trigger PR, PON to the vendor. So how you will configure this? Yeah, for this material, if it is material is available, it's take 10. If the material is not available, I will just replace it as TS and enter. Yes, so for this we need to maintain manual item category determination. In the item cat, yeah, in item category determination we have 4 fields, right? Order type, higher level item, item usage, and item category group. And we have some other non-item categories. There are 9 or 11. It is not VOV7, it is VOV6, I guess. What is that? VOV6. No, this one. I'm not getting that. Item category determination. VOV7 is for the document types. VOV7 is the item category which is already open here. Item category type. Yeah, determination. Not getting the T code. Do you remember the T code for that? Item category determination. No, it's not that important. I want to just let you know that scenario. I just remembered here so that you will not. Okay. Yeah. VOV4. No, this is something else again. Yeah. This is one. Okay. So you have a manual item category. Here I will maintain as task so that it will allow me to key in the third party item category here. Okay, so that it will convert into that. And they will be sometime asking like how many manual item categories I have here. There would be how many actually? Only 3. There are 9 and 11 something. No, I'll just, yeah, here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Yeah, 11 manual item categories. They'll be asking some time. So we'll just say 10. Okay. And this scenario is also very important here. See, you need to know this item categories very well actually. Why? Because these are little confusing. What is what TAP is used for and what is TAQ used for? Okay, and what is TAC used for? So these are little confusing. So like be familiar with these item categories. And suppose say like we'll see just one simple scenario here for a BOM. See, BOM header pricing. The item category is TAQ, and for item it is TAE. Okay, so like some material determination, there is different item categories. For header it is TAX and for item it is TAPS. Okay, so we'll just clear onto the document controls. So first is item type. Okay, so item type actually controls what type of the material it is. That is, it's a standard item, value item, or text item. It's a packaging material. Okay, so value item in a sense, suppose it can be some coupons, gift coupons or something. That is, it is not a physical material but it has some value in it. Okay, so value item. Text item is nothing but manual, or it can be a prospects or a brochure, what anything it can be. package material which is used for packing. Standard item is a sense which actually we sell. Okay, so material type determines like what is the item it is. This item type. Okay, next value item. Next is business item. Okay. Like this field controls whether the change the business data at item level or not. We already discussed what is business data. Business data is nothing but the values which come from the customer master, sales, shipping and billing tab. Okay, and the important things in that are terms of payment, Incoterms. Like these are the important terms. Whether you like users are allowed to change them or not in the sales document. This field controls actually. If I uncheck this, they cannot change them. Okay. And next is completion rule. This is one important thing actually, and you need to know this. Completion rule in the sense when the document should be completed. See, suppose I am creating a sales order with reference to item quotation. Okay, so in quotation I have mentioned 100 quantity, but I have created order for only 50 quantity. So whether the document is complete? Okay, still 50 is pending, right? So this is very important. Like say for enquiries it is A, that is AFN, item category AFN will have A. I'll show you completion rule, right? We'll see AFN. You see this AFN?
Yeah.
And AGN for quotation it has B, and I'll show you for quantity contract also it's QC. Not this one, quantity contract KMN. You see quantity contract completion rule is C, and value contract, that is WKN. Like this rule is applicable only for these things actually. Completion rule E. Okay, this rule is applicable only for AFN, AGN, KMN and WKN. Okay, so let me go to standard TAN. Okay, so completion rule specifies when the document should be completed. That is, the item is completed with the first reference. That is, in enquiry I create a quotation, right? So I cannot send multiple quotations for single enquiry. So once I refer the enquiry to quotation, that means the document is completed.
Yep.
Next, quotation. Item rule for quotation is completed after full quantity has been referred. That means I created order. Earlier the simple example what I have said, I have created 50 and 50 is still pending, right?
Yes.
When I create an order for the rest of the 50 quantity also, then only it is completed, the document is completed.
Oh.
Okay, and for the quantity contract it is C. When a quantity contract is completed, when the complete targeted quantity is referred. Suppose the target quantity in quantity contract is 50,000. It is completed only when the complete quantity is referred. Okay. Likewise, for the value contract, WK1 and WK2 and WKN, actually here we see it as item category. This completes when the total value is referred. You see the value here, and you see the target quantity. So basing upon these controls, the document will be controlled, and this is used for only 5 item categories, that is AFN inquiry, AGN quotation, KMN quantity contract, and WKN, that is for value contract. Okay, and always remember this completion rule is applicable only between the sales documents. Earlier I was saying sales documents is nothing but inquiry, quotation and order. not the delivery. Delivery is delivery document, quotation is invoice is billing document. Okay, see, I'll show you with an example here. See, suppose say inquiry, I'll refer this to quotation, I'll refer this to order, right? But after order, what I'm creating? Delivery. But reference is applicable only till sales documents. Okay, it's not applicable to the delivery document. Same with the QC. Quantity contract will be always created with the OR, and value WK1 and WK2 will create through OR. Okay, so completion rule is applicable only between the sales documents. Okay. And you completion rule, you remember copy controls? Yeah, you remember a field in that, like there is a completion rule. No, in there you'll be having a field like positive and negative. Okay, so this completion rule field will have a relationship with that fields, actually the positive and negative in copy controls. Okay, so we'll discuss them again in copy controls. Next is schedule line allowed. Like this field actually specifies whether this, for this item, like we specify item type here, right? It's a what kind of item it is. It's a standard item, value item, or text item. This field actually controls like whether for this item the schedule line is allowed or not. Okay, whether the determine schedule line tab in the, if I create a value item, there will not be any schedule line tab in the sales order actually. If we check just, then only that schedule line tab will be appeared, and if we uncheck this, there will not be any schedule line tab. No, irrelevant for delivery is something different again. This we'll discuss that. Okay, and in standard say which fields will have uncheck. Well, see, you are seeing this as checked, right? So in standard it's checked for every item. That is standard item. TAN is a standard item. But for some item categories it is unchecked by default. Suppose say KMN. You see this? It's quantity contract, KMN. Suppose say value contract, WK1. It's unchecked. If it's a credit memo, we don't have any schedule lines for credit memo. Not CR, credit memo, G2M. Okay. So you need to make a note of that, for which item categories there will be no schedule line allowed. Okay, and TATX, text item. We see a text item here, right? Text item. Item category for that is TATX. TATX. So TATX also doesn't have any schedule line allowed. Okay. So you're able to see my screen, right? Okay. So next is special stock. This is one other field which we'll be using this throughout the business scenarios. We'll use this in MTO, make to order, and IPO, individual purchase order, and consignments. Okay, special stock in the sense, say whenever a company manufactures certain material, that would be sent to unrestricted stock by default first. That means like after quality inspection and after all the process, if the material is ready for sale, they will send it for unrestricted stock. That is nothing but blank, what you are seeing now. But for consignment, we will have a special stock indicator as W. You see consignment as W. And for sales order stock, that can be an MTO or IPO process, make to order and individual purchase order, that is E, orders on hand. Okay, so only these three business scenarios will have these things, the special stock indicator W and E. Okay, the item categories for W is KEN and KRN. You can see this KEN. See, you see the W here, and KRN consignment returns, you'll see W. Okay, that means the stock would be again added back to the consignment stock. This field actually controls that. Okay, sales order stock, that is IPO, that is TAB item category. You see it is E. Okay, and TAK, it is E, special stock. TAK make to order, actually it should be E, special stock. Why? Because that particular material or order is reserved for particular customer. Because of his order only they are manufacturing the goods, make to order. Okay, so that stock is reserved for this particular customer actually. So this should be actually E, but I don't remember is whether it changed or what happened. Okay, so we'll go back to main. So you know the business process, right? Like what is IPO and MTO?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway we'll discuss them. Okay, KN, KRN is okay, and next is item relevant for delivery. This field, like this item relevant delivery is applicable only to TAX and TAW item categories. Why? Because in general we will have this checked for all the items. Why? Because all the items are relevant for delivery. Okay, but text item and TAW, that's value item. You see, item relevant is checked, value item. That means we need to specifically tell the system that these items are relevant for delivery. Okay, by default for all the standard items, item relevant for deliveries is it's there actually. Okay. So next is returns, the next indicator. Let's see, this is only checked for few item categories, only for few business scenarios and for not all the things. Okay, I'll list out, say returns REN. You see returns is checked for REN, and the KRN, consignment returns, it is checked. And consignment pickup, we are taking the goods back from the consignment service agent to the unrestricted stock back. CP, it is also a kind of returns, right? KAN. So that's the reason it is checked. In the same way, STO returns, NLR, NLRN, intercompany, NCRN, G2N, RK returns. So these all things, I have mentioned this in the document. So for all, only these particular of item categories will have this returns checked. And if we check this, then system automatically identify that as goods coming inside the coming in actually. In standard we deliver actually, right? But if this is checked for any item category, then system will notice that item as coming inside the organization, company. Okay, and whenever if this returns is checked, the accounting entry will become reverse. That is, okay, yes, normal delivery itself. Normal delivery, but system will know that this material is coming inside. Okay, and the revenue account will be created. That is, a customer account will be debit, returns, right? So our account receivable will be debit and customer account will be credited. Okay, and see, and there is a one important business scenario we need to discuss here. See, and this quite often facing in the real time also. See, sometimes customers will come up to you saying that like their document value is showing in negative. So what can be the reason? Can you get? Document value, yeah, not amount, but complete document value. Yeah, money value shows in negative. Well, because whenever we create an order, document should show in a positive, right? But sometimes it shows in negative, and this is faced in real-time business scenarios, and customers will come up with this question to you. It is because you see this KAN has all the returns has returns checked. You try this for TAN, it's not checked, but if you check this, the document value become negative. Why? Because it is acting as a returns now. Returns means negative posting. Yeah, in configuration or somehow it's gone wrong. If this is checked, then it would be showing as negative. Okay. And one more thing is, like say this field, this returns, this field will have relationship with the document category field. The document category we have seen ABC and these all things. Okay, and the document category H and K. What is H and K? I'll show you. It is returns G2 and credit memo. H and K. You see this H is return order and K is invoice correction, credit memo. Okay, so for this always the returns would be checked. So this returns field in item category will have relationship with these document categories H and K, only for H and K. Okay, so in real time whenever you talk, we'll not talk by this, we'll always talk by this. Okay, so this is very important for you to remember. Okay, so next is weight volume relevant. After returns, it's weight volume relevant. Like if we check this, the system will calculate the weight and determine it into a sales document line item. Okay, so what is the weight of the particular material? And you remember where this field is? Yeah, it is in Material Master Basic Data 1 tab. You have weight, volume. Okay, so from there it will determine and it will get into the sales document. Okay, so and that field views are very important in this field, where in which view of it will come up. Not in interview, in the real time also. Actually, you'll have yes. That's what I'm saying. Like see, it is not mandatory to remember for you, but you have that in the tip of your tongue. That will give a different impression of you in the team. Okay, so that's one thing. Next is credit active. Okay, this is one another very important field, actually, credit active. Like this field controls whether the item is relevant for credit management or not. Suppose say I cannot check credit active for the value item, text item, TATX. Right? See, there is no credit active for this. Well, because that doesn't matter if it updates in credit management or not. Okay, so all the standard items will have credit active. So if we check this, then only the item value will be updated in the credit management. So in the sales document we'll have a item value, right? Some say 10 lakhs or something, whatever it is. Okay, that value would be updated into credit management when we check this credit active. If I don't check, it will not activate. So that's the reason we don't check this for the text item. And if we uncheck this, it will not be updated into credit management, and the below items will have credit check active by default. See, TAN, it has credit active. KEN, it will have credit active. It can be TAC, it has credit active. Like there are certain document types which are credit active by default in the system. Credit active. Billing relevance we have checked, right? Pricing, no. You see this credit active?
Right.
Yeah, this fields will have credit active. So I mentioned it. By default this is this have unchecked actually. These are checked. Why? Because we don't want invoice or quotation value to be updated in credit management or a text. Okay, so only for this by default we have the credit active check.
Right.
Okay. Next is determine cost. This is what we are discussing, SKTO condition type.
Oh,
If we check this, see this is for this it is unchecked actually, TS variant configuration, but for TAN it is checked. That means, see, even though we will maintain the cost in the metal master, it will not be determined automatically into the sales document. So if you want that to be determined, then only you check this, then only it would be determined into sales document through the help of VPRS condition type. Okay. And say, suppose say if you are practicing the pricing procedure also and creating a material, VPRS condition type is always statistical.
right.
Okay, so just remember to maintain like statistical for VPRS and the subtotal as B, and yeah, that will not have any effect on the accounting value. Yeah, both are same thing. When it doesn't have any effect on the value, it doesn't even affect the total value also. Okay. And you need to remember like from where this comes in accounts, in Metal Master, in accounting 1 you will have this VPRS condition type, the determine cost, price, yeah, price unit, yes. Okay, so next is billing relevance. Billing relevance we have not seen, right? Special stock we have seen. Billing relevance. Okay, billing relevance in the sense this field controls whether the item is relevant for billing or not. Text item is not relevant for billing, value item is not relevant for billing. Okay, so this specifies whether the billing is even it is a order related billing or a delivery related billing.
Right.
Okay, and see, in interview this is a very popular interview question actually. How can you know that this invoice is a delivery related invoice or a order related invoice? Yeah, by just looking at the invoice you need to know whether it is an order related invoice or delivery related invoice. Yeah, if you click on the line item of the invoice, it will take you to the some other screen. There would be some screen like item type or something. There would be a field like same field, billing relevance. It will show J or what is J? Yeah, relevant for deliveries across A. It either show J or order related billing C. So there you can see whether what it is maintained, A, B, C or something. So through that you can say whether it is a delivery related or in order related. Okay. So in the same way, let's see, now TAN it has A, that is nothing but order related billing, right? In general, certain item categories will have this field as blank. Inquiry AFN will not have any billing relevance. Why? Because it's not relevant for billing. Like AGN quotation, or it is a TATX metal item, value item, TAW, or whatever it is. There are certain things like this are mentioned in the document, in the material. So these fields will have blank. Billing relevance is blank for them. And you need to remember like A is for order related billing and B is delivery related billing. And see, B is something more than delivery related billing. What B says, delivery relevant for order related billing, status according to the order quantity. And what this says, status according to the target quantity. Okay, so these are used in G2N and L2N. Okay, so only not ABC, you need to know what these are. What is D? If it is not relevant for billing, it's only pro forma invoice, we maintain D. Okay, so we maintain as A here. Okay, so this one. And billing plan type, this field is very important actually, billing relevance. Why? Because you asked me this question, you remember, in third party, how the billing is created in Myro or MyGo. What is F? Order related billing, status according to the invoice quantity, that is Myro. Okay, and G, what is G? Order related billing of the delivery quantity, that is with shipping notification, MyGo, goods receipt. So these two fields are important, F and G. And likewise this billing relevance field is important in your real-time configurations.
Okay.
Next is billing plan type. Let's see, if we maintain this like this, applicable to the total document value, and if you maintain this per particular item category, then it is applicable only to the particular line item after that of that document.
Right.
So billing plan type already we discussed in the order type, like milestone billing and the periodic billing.
Yes.
Okay. Next is billing block. If you maintain this in the document in OR, these fields you will find in document type also. If we maintain there, it is applicable to the total document value, total document. If there is 10 line items, it is applicable to 10 line items.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to applicable this only for a particular line item, then you will maintain here in the item category. Okay. Next is pricing, and this is very important field in item category. This field controls whether the item is relevant for the pricing or not. If I go to TATX, here for TAN it is X, but TATX pricing itself is a blank. Maybe the text item is not relevant for any pricing. And this will be related with a lot of things in the free goods. This field is very important actually. See, if I maintain it as a blank, that means it is not relevant for pricing. If I maintain it as X, the item is relevant for pricing. If I maintain it as B, that is free goods. Okay, 100% free goods item. If for TAN, if I say it as B, system will treat it as TANN, that is free goods.
Right.
Only TANN will have that actually. TANN. See, you see B, only TANN will have this. And let's say we have certain, just now we have seen for text item it is blank, but for more other item categories also it will be blank. KBN, KAN, TAPA, TAPS. Okay, so, and like this B will be worked only for the R100 condition type. We will discuss this anyway in free goods actually. Okay, so next is statistical value. See, that statistical value in a sense, say this is more applicable for TAQ item category. Not TAQ. In BOM concept actually, TAQ and TAE. Explosion actually this is. Okay, we'll go back. See here what it is statistical value is this, say if a computer is there and computer value is say 20,000. Okay, how this 20,000 has come for this computer? basing upon, suppose say, CPU. Again in CPU there are different components: RAM, hard drive. This can be some 2000, this can be some 3000, and monitor. This can be monitor, it is 5000. Summing up all these things, this is the price.
Right.
Okay. So like say, if we maintain the statistical value, what happens is the light item value become inactive actually, and that will not have any effect on the net value. Why? Because here we are taking the component price, not the main price.
Right.
Okay. And like sometimes you'll be facing in reports also, in real-time scenarios. So suppose a management want reports not only for the main component but also for the sub-components. You see, suppose say, if they want to know how many number of CPUs sold in a particular year, and that means that number should be reflected with the components also, right?
Right.
So if there is any variation between the components and the number of PCs sold, that means there is something going wrong. Okay. So in that scenarios, in reporting purpose, actually we generally use this, and we maintain statistical as value as X. No accumulation, values cannot be used statistically. Okay.
Right.
So in that scenarios actually we use that. And the next is automatic batch determination. This is for actually batch determination. We have seen this earlier also somewhere in material master. Okay. Where this field actually I haven't used it and don't know. Okay, actually it's grayed out, means it's not important in standard order. By that itself we can say. Okay. Next is rounding permitted. Okay. Rounding permitted in the sense, like see, if we check this, system will perform if any decimals is there in the sales document line item. Okay, so it will round it off. Earlier we have seen one another rounding. You remember that?
Okay.
Rounding allowed, I guess, in customer master shipping tab.
Yes.
That is, that rounding is for the quantity based rounding. You remember?
Right.
Quantity rounding. But this rounding is value rounding. Okay, right, document value rounding. Okay. Next is order quantity equal to 0. That is nothing but, see, if you want to restrict the item only for a single order, the item should be only one. I cannot create that order for that material more than one quantity. Okay, so you will see this in aircrafts, heavy machinery industries, turbines, power industry. So in very large scale organizations we will see this. Why? Because mistakenly, if user enters 2 there, that going to be a drastic mistake. Okay, so we will restrict certain items for 1. Okay, so this are not that important actually. You can recognize by this thing itself. Like if it's grayed out, it's not that important. Okay, so screen sequence we already seen earlier. Status profile is nothing but the same. See what it is means, whatever the fields which we already have in sales document means it is applicable to the total document. Anything if we maintain here, that is applicable only to the line item. Okay, create PO automate. Yeah. No. But if you say yes head here, it will overwrite the document value what you maintain. System will give more preference to this. Okay. And the next is create PO automatic. This we use in third party process. TAS and only TAS and TAB use. I'll show you. I open now. TAS, right? Let me go back once. No. What happens is I might be selecting both. No. See, this field will be checked only when you want to create a PO automatic. If you want the PO to be generated automatically, then only you will check it, and this will be used only for TAS and TAB, that is third party and individual purchase order items. Why? Because we get them from the vendors.
Right.
Okay, so only these two item categories will have this option, and we can check it if the business demands. Okay, and then next, see, there is two things. If you want to PR to also to be generated, then we need to configure it in the scheduling category. Schedule item category 5. It will help actually. I or assignment account assignment group A. I don't remember exactly, but these two will help to create the PR automatically. But if you want to create PO automatically, you want to check this. Along with this, you need to maintain ALE data in the sales organization. You see the sales organization, there is a ALE tab. So if you maintain these two, then only system will generate PO automatically. This is the prerequisites. Just only PR. That demands, well, if in the business process they don't want to have these multiple steps, PR, PO and these all things, we can eliminate PR and then directly generate a PO. Okay, and the next is BOM, bill of material. In this, like only one or two fields are important, and other things are not important. Structure scope is important. We maintain X E or something. Okay, explore single level BOM and multi-level BOM. This controls actually from the structure scope. That is, say, I'll show you here. See, we already discussed a CPU has RAM, hard disk and everything, right? So if you want to see computer have monitor, CPU, mouse and keyboard. This is single level BOM. If you want to have multi-level BOM, that means CPU again will have hard drive, RAM and SMPS, okay, the cabinet, right? So this is multi-level BOM. That is, first level is this and second level is this. Okay, so whether you want the BOM to be exploded as in multi-level or single level, that we will configure here. And when you are working, just be careful like configuring this. Why? Because say you will forget something and maintain ARB here and save it, and when you create an order, then in order it will say that this material is not relevant for BOM, enter a BOM material, and it will not allow to create an order, and you will confuse like why it is not allowed. Why? Because your material is a standard material and it shows TAN here. Okay, if it is a third party, it is a BOM, then it showed something else, right, item category, but it will show as TAN here. Okay. So when you are testing this scenario, then just make sure that you make it as a blank for TAN. Okay, and that is for the structure scope, how you need to explode it. When this is applicable only for TAQ and TAP. You see, TAP, it's A, that is a single level BOM. And if I go for TAP, that is item level pricing, extended delivery, item pricing, structure scope. It has, if you want, we can change it to multi-level. That means CPU again will show all the components. That is maintained only for these two item categories, actually BOM item categories. Okay, next is contract. Oh yeah, contracts, value contract. Okay, so whatever the value contract we create, we'll come and maintain it here actually. If it is a value contract material, like this is only used for the value contract general documents, and if you maintain some material as a value contract material. That means we create it as an assorted module. Okay, then we will maintain that material here. Okay. Next is contract release strategy. Contract release strategy, it's like say how system should respond if the release quantity is exceeded. Like see in value contract, in contract, say I say 50,000 quantity or 10 lakh value. So when I am referring to the contract, and if the system finds that the contract has been exhausted, or the quantity what we are keen is more than the specified in the contract, then how system should respond? That is with a warning or no response, or it should say error message if target value is more exceeded. Okay, so that we configure here. Okay, and that is much more than enough, like we don't use these all things. So here we completed this item category controls, and you also have some scenarios in the document. Just go through the document. So if you understand these concepts, you can give solution to that scenarios. You also have the difference between the item categories there. What is the difference between the TA and TAE as we see in the for the order types? Okay, so we'll call it a day today here, and tomorrow we'll see item category determination and schedule and category. Okay, so just go through the material. That is much more than enough for you to understand these fields. And if time permits, just try, like what is the structure scope, just maintain something and create an order and see how system. This week we will be completing the complete pricing. That means we will be seeing the free goods, and we will be discussing the tax. Pricing has lot of scenarios actually. Okay, most probably we will complete pricing and start some other topic. Okay, if this is the way we can go ahead, we can definitely complete. If you want me to maintain everything in the system, it may take time, pricing procedure and this all thing. If not, like see, you can maintain the pricing procedure in your system. Why? Because I will be explaining what's there in the document itself. So in the condition types also we have a lot of controls like this. Those are very important. Okay, so what we'll do is I will explain you can practice by yourself, and we can discuss scenarios when and where it gets. Okay, so it will save our time, and you will have a very good understanding of that. So at least we will try to reach up to material determination this week target. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. If fifth means, yes, we have 2 weeks. Like I guess we will finish it before the schedule itself. And if something we have extra, we can discuss. Like apart from the subject, we will having scenarios, concepts, more of the real-time things. Okay, much ahead than the. But because see, we thought of taking the 3 hours class, but today it's 4 hours. Sometime yesterday we have skipped the class, but actually we will not go by the time like 3 hours or 2.5 hours. We'll finish it much ahead than the scheduled date, that is 20th. And we can, if time permits, we will discuss like scenario. Once again, we'll see through all the scenarios. Okay, see now I have shown you little scenarios. If client's requirement is to create different type of order types, how you will configure. So we will see all these things, and we will much discuss on the function specs and user exits. Okay, as early as possible, we will first finish off the SD concepts and more focus on the advanced topics. Okay, yeah.